Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of I Cast Fireball, an actual play 5e D&D adventure where we go through the campaign Skulls and Shackles. My name is Thomas, your DM for this adventure, and around the table we have...
Lieutenant Ignis Halcon.
Maximus Shuns.
Chozo Lebec.
And Buster Bilgewater.
Tied down from the brine banshee upon the surface of the sea after a multi-episode battle, our heroes have risen above the damned, those that have been pulled down to the depths of the ocean. They have overcome some, literally, I'm just thinking about Buster swimming above the seawater so he doesn't boil alive, and some flying majestically, showing their angelic might while wielding a sword of those that have been brought down and tied to this infernal abyss. The four of you having gotten back to the Satyr song, Sandara weeping over the dead, and everybody taking a moment, breathing, and speaking with the crew for both Ignis and Max to have this moment together. We jump back to the Satyr song on this week's episode of I Cast Fireball. So, with Ignis rising and fulfilling her duties to her captain, addressing the crew, and then Max, the captain, being available, you have a bit of time. I say it's a little bit longer than a breath of time and a little bit shorter than a day, but you have a bit of time. You know, that very distinct amount of time I'm giving you here.
You're very specific.
It's longer than a breath, but shorter than a day. It's white and inside your mouth like your teeth.
God. Inspiration to me. No.
Will we say that's enough time for a long rest at least?
If that is what you all decide, I would say, yeah.
I decide that. Yeah, let's do that.
Long rest. Chozo just passes out in the crow's nest and just starts nodding off to some Z's.
I don't know that Buster will sleep.
Do it.
You better sleep. You have 5 spell slots left.
I know. I'm too nervous that stuff's
but
gonna
we're
go
right
on.
at the verge of the brine banshee. What's our time? Why aren't we just going
Someone
right down?
cast sleep on him. Someone cast sleep on the
This
guy.
is such a good idea to hop into a new plane while we're all at 0 resources.
Listen.
I think Chozo needs to say that because none of us would know.
I have to talk outside the game of it. Buster the character is wired. He just contemplated sacrificing himself, to maybe help. We have that ship showed up out of nowhere. There's no telling what happens next. The idea of being unconscious sounds both terrifying and ill-conceived. So he is I will take short rests to up my HP with my hit dice, but I don't know that I'm gonna do long rest. At least the character, maybe one of you guys want to try to convince him, but I'm telling you right now, I don't think that Buster will want to get away from the helm.
I could try and convince you
Buster, I order you.
to take a freaking long rest. No, I don't know. I'm just joking about it.
It does make sense for Chozo to immediately drop down, having been the most familiar with interplanar travel. I almost call it the Hitchhiker's Guide to Interplanar Travel, right? And Chozo, somehow a towel. You get a towel out of your pocket, and you throw it over your shoulder.
Oh, that's the sash that I've had around my waist this whole time.
Hey, there we go.
It's just a beach towel. Is that the?
Never travel without your towel.
Absolutely.
Yep. And so Chozo is familiar, and yes, a long rest. Mechanically out of session, you absolutely may take a long rest. That was a big battle, a lot of time, and we're still trying to find the exact whereabouts of the Brine Banshee. You just are in a general area here, trying to find narrow down the exact location. Is going to take a little work on Spellpan Pete here, from Spellpan Pete.
That also might be a reason Buster would need to take a rest. He has no spells to do locate.
Well, I can ritually cast a lot of my spells.
Stop coming up with excuses. We're trying to get your spell slots
if you
back.
if you want an RP, I can RP it with you to try and convince you to long rest.
I I want to handicap us. I feel like we're so. Here's the deal. I don't feel the need. I don't feel the need to be fully stacked and ready to roll. I feel like we have such a capable team. I think it makes it more interesting if Buster's a bit of a weak link. But I also like if you guys are saying like from like a party perspective, like I'm hurting our ability to move things forward, I will.
You're saying
just
saying
go
this
to
in front of the
sleep, but I'm just-
DM who literally sets up ways to stop us.
Buster, as the crew is milling about, some resting, some on alert, you said that you're wired, right? And that you, Buster is very like
Maybe Daynata comes to relieve him from the helm, and he's like, "Nope, I'm on it. You go get rest."
and Daynata goes, kind of like scrunches her face and goes, "See," and then walks away. But then after some time, your friend, Haynelius Fitch, comes up to you and wide-eyed, just sort of like stands next to you and just say, "So, those are things you don't experience in the Port of Olo."
Oh, I never fought a ghost ship before. That's a new one.
Oh, that's new for you.
A lot of firsts out on the sea. Yeah.
That brings me a little bit of comfort. As you look at him with your wide eyes, he's wide-eyed as well, as not being in the fray, but still having some effect on him. He's I didn't expect life on the sea to be, and this sounds ridiculous saying it out loud, but adventurous.
Buster's like, he's kind of had eyes straight forward and a bit of like a grumpy, like, don't bother me, like, way. But like, there's something about Fitch that kind of like, I don't know, gets through
Disarms him.
Disarms him, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. It disarms him. And he kind of looks at Fitch and thinks about, he feels like a severe amount of debt to this guy. So he kind of gets out of his selfish, like, I don't know, fear brain. And he looks at Fitch, he goes, "Hey, it's, we've been through worse. So apparently there's worse stuff than ghost ships."
Yeah, it's a bit alarming, but I can see why one would be drawn to something that's to like this on the open seas and investigation and finding out just what's truly out there. I mean, and he looks down to the bottom of the sea on the side and he goes, "I mean, we still don't know what's really down there. I mean, really."
True. Yeah, we don't. I mean, fish people. There's some fish people down there, for sure.
Not anymore. There's not. We took them all out.
And the babies.
Right, Thomas? Right.
I mean, listen, I don't think what's down there is typically what we're worried about. Usually, it's what's out here. The worst stuff I've encountered was other people. The monsters are usually, you really got to go poking to find a monster. But people will come find you. So that's what we keep our eyes out for.
I do suppose there's some truth to that. We are, after all, purposely trying to find a sunken ship that has ties to the Nine Hells in order to plainly travel to the Feywild.
You say it like that, it sounds crazy.
And he just kind of like looks at you, and you both just like kind of, the tension just causes a fit of laughter.
Yeah.
Like one of those, like, if you've ever read the Killing Joke at the end where Batman and the Joker just like, it's a dumb joke that like the Joker tells, but they all just like they both burst into a fit of laughter just because the tension is so high that there's really no other reaction. And Haynelius Fitch, he just his knees almost buckle as he like grabs them, and he just sort of like starts wheezing. He's laughing so hard.
Man. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Fitch.
Despite the craziness and despite the potential trauma I might have to deal with, I'm glad I'm here too. And I'm glad I'm here with, and he takes his left hand, puts it on your right shoulder, and I'm glad I'm here with someone I feel I can truly trust.
Yeah. aim to be good on that trust. We're gonna get this kid back, man. I know you don't know him, but he's a hoot. He, ataraxia. Yeah. He's, I don't know. He's a weird kid. He's, like, very intuitive, but also childlike. Yeah, we tried to explain love to him one time. It was, golly. Yeah, anyway.
I think that would go poorly with any 13-year-old.
You don't think
boy,
I know
but
a thing or two about love? You don't think I can talk about?
I've got no apprehensions to you
You're
knowing
not,
what love is, but trying to describe it to a 13-year-old boy.
What about you, Fitch? You got any? Did you leave any sweetheart back in Olo?
Just a long line of broken hearts, and that line was typically my own. So,
It's a good thing you're a doctor.
yeah, that's fair. And he points to you like something just came across my mind. I forgot to tell you.
Go ahead.
I came to just inform you, Spellcan Pete. He's just taking a break, but in the morning he'll be able to keep honing in on where the Brine Banshee actually is, based off of the finger. If you wanted to help him in the morning, of course. I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, we'll do that in the morning. I'm just gonna keep my eyes out if, can't have another crazy thing attacking us out of nowhere again.
That's fair enough. I mean, I'll see you in the morning then.
Yeah, you get rest. Get good rest.
I will try. And he goes under and has a fitful night as he's swinging in a cabin. We know Chozo has passed out to recover as much as he can.
I think before I pass out, though, there is one thing that I want to do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's jump over to what Chozo's doing now.
I'm going to approach Sandara Quinn.
All right. She is on deck, and as you approach her a little bit, not too much time afterwards, but after the eulogy, the discussion, you can tell just from your passive perception, it's not difficult to pick up on this, that she is gripping the side, the railing of the ship. Like her knuckles are almost as white as the moon above. And as you approach, she releases with a little bit of tension, and she goes, Chozo. Evening.
Evening indeed. Sandara, Besmara has ceased to speak to you?
You say that, and as you look to her and say Besmara's name, her entire form just goes rigid. I look to her upon the waves, and as I try to listen for her voice in the wind, but I do not feel her presence since we left Olo.
Since we left Olo, or since we left Vakala?
Well, we weren't getting out of Olo without going through her, so it's splitting hairs at that point if you wanted to think about exactly when I stopped hearing her.
And I will reach up to my necklace and I'll grab one of the little totems. It looks like the caduceus, the winged staff with the snakes going up around it. And I kind of hold it out in her direction and I say, Asclepius the physician, the fathers of all medicine, Asclepius and his serpent. Unsurpassed healing knowledge they brought. I have not had many opportunities to use the abilities granted by Asclepius. If you find yourself in need of some form of power to heal those around you, in lack of what you used to have,
I would be willing to part with this trinket to allow you to speak with them.
Roll a persuasion check, please, Chozo.
Okay. That is a natural 1. I'm going to spend a luck point on that.
Good call, good call, good call.
Tight. Yeah.
That's a 13. I'm going to spend another luck point on that. Okay, that's a 19.
All right. Your words reach her, but there is a mask as you initially start to speak and offer this, what she might view as a trinket. But the more you speak, and as you describe, there's a connection that's formed between you two, and that mask falls from her face. And Chozo, you can see the pain, the anguish that she has just recently gone through. And as you speak your words of her, if she wishes to heal those around her. You still proffering this token, yes, Chozo?
Yes, indeed.
She responds. Well, I don't suppose, Besmara would besmirch me for helping my crew, but, also be looking for ways to help him however I can. And, she reaches out her hand and accepts the token that you have given unto her. Thank you kindly, Chozo.
I would imagine that while your council is gone searching for your lost captain, you may be put in charge of this motley crew. I certainly hope it is you and not Wesley or whatever his name is.
I don't suppose them lower decks would be in any sort of responsibility, as they be mourning a bit. But I suppose, yes.
Then I offer you whatever blessings I can, and hope that you will find fortune while they are gone.
Well, you just be looking out for my captain's council here. And I had my hesitations about you, Chozo, and I do believe my opinion about ye be turning. Just make sure they come back with him, eh?
If I do not, then you may resume your previous opinion about me.
She just sort of nods with a soft smile as she tucks the token away into her pocket and goes back to gripping the side of the boat with clenched fists, but with a little bit of a softer demeanor after your visit, Chozo.
I'm going to scamper my way up onto the crow's nest and fall asleep. Yep.
Jake, do you have something you'd like to do? If not, I'd like to go talk to Chozo for a moment.
Max is overseeing the burial of our crew member. So that is what he is kind of put on himself as the captain to do. Not to do, but to oversee and to be there as a presence. So he's busy with that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Ignis.
As Chozo was standing near Zendara and chatting on the boat, Ignis is very wary of Chozo. The idea of him kind of falling right into our laps right at the moment that we lost our captain, it seems too good to be true, and she hasn't decided yet if this is something that was fated to happen, if Rolterra's hand is in it, or if he is a danger to the crew, that he has made up this story that somehow got him onto our ship. And so as she is keeping her eye on him, Ignis has the observant feat. And the observant feat, if you can see a creature's mouth while it's speaking a language you understand, you can interpret what they're saying by reading their lips. So from across the boat...
Ain't got no lips, take that.
It only has a beak.
I was actually going to say, chime in with my own jab here. Can Ignis understand empathy?
That's even funnier. I like that one a lot.
Double dig! Sorry, Mickey.
The beats
for
is a
it.
good one. The empathy's, that's pretty funny. She doesn't understand empathy. That's so funny. As she was eavesdropping on their conversation kind of from across the boat, and
Yes,
she
yes.
watches their conversation end and watch Chozo go up to the crow's nest, she decides to follow him up. And as she gets to the top of the crow's nest, she finds Chozo up nestled in, his wings tucked in and trying to sleep. And without bothering with a hello, she just abruptly says, "How did you know that Besmara was no longer talking to Sandara?"
Jump up into the air like a cat who has been frightened, and land back down in a heap, straighten myself out, and kind of cock my head to the side all bird-like.
I have become very familiar over my years of adventuring with identifying when there are those who are gaining their powers from external sources. We have Besmara giving power, or formerly, I suppose, giving power to your friend Sandara. We have some earth elemental giving power, at least some degree of power, to your friend Buster. I have an eye for these things, you might say.
Are you saying Besmara has reclaimed her gift that she gave to Sandara?
Besmara certainly is not speaking to Sandara currently, at least.
But how did you know that?
Look at her. Her face is everything to her.
Ignis will look over the edge down at Sandara because she doesn't speak empathy and really struggles with
Seething
that.
with the unknown hatred towards it. Sorry, Mickey.
Yeah, an NPC walks up and she doesn't know who that is either.
I really thought that Mickey was about to be like, "I knew it. Screw you, Sandara. I knew your god wasn't talking to you."
I knew you were a godless woman.
You're a godless woman.
Sorry. That's what that sounded like. I'm so sorry, Mickey. I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
in
you're
this is
okay.
actually a really good moment. I apologize.
As she watches Sandara, she really does try to connect that within herself. She really takes a moment to try and see what Chozo sees. Why did he think that? Because a few episodes ago, she had noticed that because Thomas explained that Ignis had noticed it, but she didn't do anything about it. She didn't know how to translate that. And I know you said it in jest, but this is kind of true of her as a linguist, that she doesn't speak the language of empathy. She looks back at Chozo. You've traveled the realms. Is there a way to get back in favor with the gods?
There are many ways to gain and to lose favor with a deity. But there is a dark night of the soul, as it were, that comes with all of this. A person such as Sandara, her belief means so much to her. Her ability to assist those around her comes from her connection with the divine. To have lost that, look at the way she is clinging to the rails, the way she is not walking with so much confidence as she used to. Imagine the blow that comes to one who suddenly is no longer hearing the voice of their goddess.
You dirty dog.
And of course, as we in the audience know, and Chozo is now learning in this moment, Ignis obviously does know that, right? As she watches Sandara, she has that same look on her face that Sandara does. And some of the abrasiveness of Ignis comes off a little bit as she asks, "So how do you contact the gods? How do you get back in their favor? What are you supposed to do when you've fallen out of grace and they stop speaking to you? How are you supposed to make it up? How are you supposed to know what they want from you? For Sandara's sake, obviously."
Obviously, my friend. All of the deities have their tenets, their beliefs. They have as well their anathema, the things that if you do them, you are breaking the bond, the faith that you have with the deity. Mortals, this is a difficult thing, the matter of faith, to look up at the sky and hope that something is listening to you. There are ways to take shortcuts, though. I wish to speak with La Diablesse, the devil woman. I hold up one of the tokens from my necklace. I wished to speak with Rostum, the armor infernal. So I did not pray to them. I traveled to the Nine Hells and spoke with them face to face.
So you've traveled the realms of the gods. It's possible to go where they reside.
It is more than possible. It is plausible.
As Ignis watches Chozo speak, she instinctively activates that ability to look into that other realm and to see the other versions of Ignis and Chozo and their conversations and the gold threads that surround them, almost like a bird cage now in such a small circumference of the crow's nest. And she really feels that feeling of being locked in a cage and locked away from Rolterra. But she still has this ability, and she's not quite sure why she's able to. But talking to Chozo has given her some hope that maybe there is reconciliation, or there is even maybe some answers for her out there. She's never known why she has this ability. None of the other angels that she knew of had this kind of gift. And it's so specific to her, and it's still working, even though she has, in her own mind, fallen out of favor with Rolterra. And so, as she watches him, she kind of side-eyes him and looks him up and down. How does one travel the realms? Besides that perpendicularity up on the hill, how do you travel? How did you find these places?
Well, I am no greater than the water itself. The water flows to the path that is already laid before it. I go to the path that has already been laid before me. This is why I have taken to the seas. I grew up in Cheliax, certainly, but when the Inquisition executed my father for practicing binding magic, I decided that this was my signal to skip town, to travel across the seas, that I might have access to as many crossings as I might be able to find. And this crossing, which is close to us now, it has a hellish bent to it, certainly, but this can be modified.
As Ignis thinks about that, she did kind of roll her eyes at his I am of the sea thing. The not talking straightforward kind of thing doesn't doesn't interest her. And she kind of rolls her eyes, thinking it's more of this, not mumbo jumbo.
It's a bunch of
but
malarkey.
What would you say?
A hoopla?
What a malarkey. Just this idea of like, I go where the wind blows, versus actually answering her question. But then she kind of refocuses on the fact that he said his father was executed, and she circles back to that, and she fully looks at him and asks, does that make you an orphan then? Do you have a mother?
Presumably.
What does that mean?
Never knew one. Have not sought one out.
So it's just you and your father, and you lost him.
I had a grandfather as well. He passed of old age.
So you travel only as the perpendicularities come up? You just, wherever you land, you land? You don't seek them out? You don't have a specific place you're trying to go?
Going with the flow is an easy way to do it, but occasionally there is a particular goal that weasels its way into my mind. Taki the Luck Thief.
And I hold up that little clover token.
One of the vestiges, in fact, the vestige that I found most recently before making your own acquaintance. I decided I could use a little bit of extra luck, so I sought out actively the first world. It does not have to be merely one way or the other. I do not only seek out the easiest path, nor do I only seek out the hardest but potentially most direct path. There is nuance. There are grey areas in between. Whatever is most useful within the moment.
As she looks at Taiki the luck thief idol in your hand, she asks, "So then what's your path now? Is it really just to get back to the real world?" And she really keys in. She's really trying to use that language of empathy that she doesn't have, that he's been talking about, seeing if she can do it too. As she looks at him and really tries to figure out if he's lying, which is an insight. I want to really key in and see what his answer is.
Well, I was in the first world when you found me. I have found a reason to go back to the first world, in that it would aid yourself and your comrades here. I had no particular goal in mind after having identified the location of this totem, aside from escaping the beast that was chasing me, which fortunately that was taken care of for me. Where is the wind taking me now? It has, for the time being, brought me into the companionship of an odd group of people, perhaps in some ways as odd as myself. A group in which I seem to be in like company to some degree. A group the sort of which I have, to be honest, not been part of in longer than I care to recall.
And Ignis, I know, Mickey, you specifically called it out, and knowing Ignis's nature, let's have you roll an insight check.
Insight check. I'm just waiting, by the way, for Ned's character to just say, "There has been a murder." I'm just waiting for Detective Poirot.
The murderer is here on the ship.
Hook you.
There has been a murder.
I guess what I'm really looking for in this insight is, do I feel like he's really being upfront, or does it feel like he might have a secret agenda? Not necessarily that I would know what that is, but that, like, does he really believe in this go where the wind, or does he have an agenda?
Yeah, is this his actual philosophy, or is he... Yeah, okay.
Josh thinks he was lying about his grandpa dying of old age.
He died of young age.
He's a Benjamin Button case.
Oh, man.
My grandfather was actually a baby.
A bird Benjamin Button means he just went into an egg.
That happens to a character in one of the campaigns I was running. She was a wild magic sorcerer.
Seriously?
Who was like 7 years old, rolled the wild magic surge that makes you lose years of your life, and the next thing we knew, she was 1 year old, and it was like, okay.
You got a bite there.
Yep.
Bummer.
Guess you're not adventuring anymore.
Draw.
Yeah, we're not going to roleplay this at all.
Yep. Ignis does not speak empathy very well, and so nor does she speak people, and even less bird. So she decides to accept that he's telling the truth because she only got a 5.
Would you like my inspiration?
Okay.
No.
Chozo's
Ned's like,
please, dig further in what I'm saying.
You think I'm lying?
Oh, man.
So, after taking a moment and really taking him in and taking in his story about being an orphan and all the things that they've been talking about, and that he really just wants to get back to the first world, she turns to leave without a goodbye because he's not important enough to her yet to have earned that in her estimation.
Oh, Chozo's got a parting remark for you.
Well, as she goes down a couple of rungs, she does stop and go, after you talked to the two idols in the hells, did you get an answer?
And I peer just my head over the edge of the crow's nest. The answer I received is printed upon my possessions. They have decided to travel with me, for I have offered them my company. And they, like myself, had not been offered company in longer than they could care to remember.
So the gods can change their minds.
Gods can be fickle, but they are representations of certain ideals. Perhaps it is your own ideals that are changing?
And I kind of tilt my beak in the direction of Sandara.
I look at one such as that. Her power comes mostly from one source, from one external bond that she has. tilt my beak towards Buster. This friend, only a very small portion of his power comes from an external source. It is the same with you. Certainly you receive some power from Rolterra. You are celestial, you are divine in origin. But you greatly overestimate what percentage of your capability comes from her.
That kind of sends a shudder down her back. This idea that she might have agency or power beyond Rolterra, because that is so in direct conflict with the theology that she grew up with. The only thing that she's ever known in her whole life, her entire world, is really founded in this knowledge and trust that Rolterra is in charge and that we're only her tools or her messengers, and that only our agency or free will is so tied into her will that we almost don't have that free agency or free will. So to hear that Ignis has power, or that her power might come from herself, not just from Rolterra, really does kind of shake her faith in a way.
Ignis will remember this.
I would like to maybe sort of back this up with one of my racial abilities that I'm going to get to use so infrequently. I have an ability called Convincing, which gives me advantage on charisma checks to convince somebody else about my exceptional knowledge of history.
Okay.
So, could I make a persuasion check with advantage to try and convince Ignis that I do know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. That would be a modded 20.
That's probably one of the most
All right.
Ned-coded abilities you've ever had.
And he's had a lot of them.
And Ignis, as you look back up to Chozo's face, you can't help but feel, to a degree, convinced of what he's saying is true. Like you find yourself wanting or like starting to believe what he's saying. Like he is so not only confident, but just so like it's more than confidence, right?
You use the word wanting, and I think wanting is actually a really important word to use there, of wanting him to be right, wanting him to be what he's saying to be true. And that is even more terrifying. That's even harder to accept. And so she decides before he can say anything else to just run away, to start going back down.
She just lets go and falls the 30 feet to the deck.
Come on, listen, she has healing hands. She can do it, which she can take it. Her 13 hit points left. So she'll just start continuing down. Yeah.
Yeah, I will call after her loud enough, not caring about who overhears it. I will just say, I speak it only as I see it, and I am not alone. I read what your Captain Ataraxia wrote about you. He saw it as well.
As Ignis smacks to the deck, taking 7 points. No, I'm just kidding.
Hobbles in.
And so we bury.
But
On the body,
That's good.
Talk about some
that's
sludge
funny.
after Ignis lands on top of him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, Jacob, that's funny.
oh yeah.
Inspiration.
No, I don't. I used it
Well,
last
he's
battle.
still got inspiration, probably.
You're fine.
so-
You're fine. You're fine.
I think
Listen, we
most
are
of us
all
spent
out
it.
of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Could I do something else?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Max.
Max has buried the dead with little interruption. Kind of seen off the lower deck crew, just like a
Yes. If you need anything, just talk to the first mate. Talk to Ignis. Yes, I know she directed you to me, but you can go back to her.
yeah, whatever it is. And then as he's kind of directing, he's like,
Okay, look at the time. Okay.
just realizing like, okay, I need a rest. And as he's kind of walking back to the captain's cabin, he looks up and he's like,
That's odd. I thought it was Donata's turn.
and he will walk up to Buster at the helm.
Buster, what are you doing?
Captain. Flying through the midnight breeze with my huge big wings, because I'm also a bird person.
You've never told me that.
What do you think I'm doing? I'm I'm helming the ship, Max. I'm doing my job.
Wait, so are you a bird person?
No,
Okay.
I'm not a bird.
That would be surprising. Be very surprising.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Could I?
Yeah, it'd be weird if I was a bird person. Anyway.
Could I ask you something?
You say you ask me something? Yeah, of course, Captain.
Yes.
Please.
Do you think I should draw another card?
That's funny, Max. That's really funny. Thanks. I had a good laugh with Fitch earlier. That's a good. Thanks for the chuckles.
I mean, it could help us. You said yourself that there's a lot of good things in the deck, as well as bad.
There's a handful of good things, and just as many, if not more, bad things. And some of those bad things are like 100 times worse than any of the good things. You should not draw from the deck, Max. We made a deal. We square this ataraxia thing, and then I'm with you till like the wish draw, till you'd get the wish card. But look, best case scenario, you pull the card you've needed to pull.
Yes.
This whole time.
I like that.
You get a wish.
Great idea.
Right. You have two major problems, Max.
Hmm.
You can't wish ataraxia, right? And save your wife.
True. Very true.
And selfishly, perhaps, we need you here. Look, I don't know. Buster's all of a sudden getting like really emotional. I think it's specifically because it's Max. He says, "It sounds crazy, but I'm sitting here, terrified, and I don't know that we're actually gonna ever see him again, even if we do this crazy thing we're doing. But I spent so long thinking that loss was the worst thing you could feel. And so I was determined never to really hold enough to lose ever again. Then Ataraxia asked me about... He learns about who I am, and I remember the things that I lost, and there's this strange comfort around them. Interwoven in the pain is this thing that makes it all makes all of it, the existence worth it. And I'm terrified, right? I'm scared. I'm always scared. But I can't help but feel like right here where we are, in the thick of the worst of it, that this is as good as life ever gets. That caring enough to feel this terrible is somehow incredible and special and the whole point of everything. I want you to get back with your wife. I want you to make it right. I want to help you make it right, Max. I need you to hang on. We have to keep moving. We need you to lead us, to get us there. And I promise everything, every spell in my book, every trick I've got, whatever bit of life I have left, I'm with you till the end. Okay? I want to be better, and you help me see that. Don't draw another card.
I won't. And thank you. I think that was the best explanation of love without using the word I've ever heard.
His bottom lip is just quivering, and he's tried not to say anything because, you just hit a thing he didn't realize, and he's just trying to keep it together.
Buster, it is Denata's turn at the helm. You are here.
I sent him away. I sent him to bed.
We need you to rest, helmsman. See, we have two major problems. You have two major problems. In your own words to me. Now, back to you. You can't both be here
Right.
and be at full capacity later on. And selfishly, we need you. I could order you to bed.
Oh, man.
We had a deal.
No.
You
got me. By the short hairs. All right. You're a good... He pats him on the shoulder. He says, you're a good man, Max. I'm gonna sleep.
And Buster, I feel like you've been stuck in a place for a long time.
As he imagines what he saw back in Olo, the ground sticking to Buster and holding him down, trying to hold him down.
And I am in awe of how you've been able to move forward with this crew. The only reason I don't pull a card is because of your example. You give me faith to move forward.
That guy, like, weirdly, you see that kind of, like, fill him a little bit. Probably for the first time since you guys left Olo, he gets, like, a little bit of life in his chest, like he's, like, not hunched anymore. And he kind of just is, he still looks, like, you know, ragged, but he says, thanks, Max. Let's try to keep the rest of them alive. And then he's just gonna walk away and go into the captain's quarters to sleep.
And as Donata takes over your...
Oh yeah, he goes and kicks Denata and says,
see!
Yeah.
He wakes up and he runs up
sends
to the
him
helm. And the four of you are left to rest, contemplate, and recover before beginning the next big portion of finding the Brine Banshee and diving below. And that's where we're going to end this week's episode of I Cast Fireball. And everybody gets inspiration because that was such a fun episode.
dude, I was not prepared. That last conversation, that was incredible, Jacob. Well done.
I love how it just ended up like,
So fun to play.
I will give you every single spell I've got. Good. Then get some sleep.
Then go to bed. I need them.
No, that was great because Buster is a bit of a self-assured butthole, and the fact that you twisted his own words to convince him, it's like, I can't argue with myself. You used
Wiser words have never been
guile
spoken.
against him. Oh, it was so good. So good.
Oh, what a wonderful
that felt
time.
really
Oh,
good, guys.
players.
When the last time you did that, I just had a little thing above my character that says Max will remember this tactic. Like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there.
I see what you do.
I see what you did there.
Ned, we got a conversation.
It happened. Thank goodness.
Chozo and Ignis.
I know. She's like, I don't trust this guy. I'm gonna confront him. Oh
I
no,
gotta talk
Ned!
to this guy.
Fly away, bird!
That's the problem. Chozo can't actually fly. He can only glide.
No, that was awesome. I loved that interaction.
That was fun. Players, thank you so much for such a fun episode. And listeners, thank you for listening on and joining us in as we discover more about Chozo's backstory and everybody's intrigue. And yeah, it's just a fun time here in season 2. So if you're also having a fun time, you can leave us a message on our email, icastfireball2020@gmail.com, and let us know. You can also shoot us a message at our socials at icastfireball20 on all the socials. And of course, you can leave us 5-star review on the podcatcher of your choice. We just want to shout out just a few people here. Max, ironically.
Yes.
Max reached out to nope. And they emailed us, the subject line being says, how much I love your podcast. And then the body of the email said, yes, that's it. Max, shout out to you for following along and for loving the podcast. Thank you so much. And we got a review from Sajetni Ja. JA. And this is the bestest ever. And they say, dude, one of the best D&D pods ever. The characters' backstories are fleshed out. The sounds are pretty. And the DM is, they say, amazing. But the rest of it says, the players are hilarious. And the best part is it's all family friendly. The pod is Defoe on par with Tales from the Stinky Dragon, if not better. Whoa. Thank you, Saw Jetney Jaw.
We don't need to compare. Nobody needs to compare a podcast.
Go listen to all of the podcasts and read all of the reviews. Now, Saw Jetney Jaw is way back on the library arc in Candlekeep.
Wow, first season.
Saw Jetney Jaw, it will be maybe a month before you hear the shout out, but thanks to you for leaving this review. Speaking of podcasts, that you should go listen to all of them. We've got Improv Tabletop, our sister podcast there, where Ned takes a turn as the GM, and where on a Discord thread this past week, I saw somebody said this week's episode of Improv Tabletop is giving off very, and it showed like a dog wearing a hat with like a Russian USSR flag coming over that, just kind of like fading into view there. Ned, what's the current campaign over there on Improv Tabletop?
Well, the current campaign we're playing is the Tension Builders, and one of our characters is an exchange student who's vaguely Eastern European. And it went places. It certainly went places.
It went places.
Oh, man. If you want to see what places they went to, go give them a listen to their current campaign. But they've also got a ton of mini 1 month adventures that you can also jump in at any point. You can go pick and choose. It's one of the beauties of Improv Tabletop. Also, the other beautiful part about it is Ned is the GM. Third beautiful part, they're doing wonderful, awesome, non-mainstream TTRPGs. So go give them a check out. Don't forget to leave them a 5-star review on the way out. And lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends of all wacky adventures. But until next time, I'm Thomas, your DM, and around the table we have
Lieutenant Ignis Harkon.
Maximus Shuns.
Chozo Lebec.
Golden water. Buster Bourgeois.
Let's keep that fire going, everybody, and we'll see you all next time.